Welcome back to Cogent Technology TV and episode 8. Today Robert will be speaking about some of our new services, MPI, Fast Track and Series. Dan, our sales manager, will be talking you through our quoting procedure, and Mike will be giving you another design tip. So let's get started.
Hi everyone. Did you know in the UK is the 11th largest producer of manufactured goods in the world? British manufacturing is bigger than you think. Last year it was 10% this time last year, and now it's around 12% of GDP. In the last year it's grown a couple of percent and is forecasted to grow more in 2015. However, back in 1970 it was a whopping 30% of GDP. Let's see what we can do in the next few years going forward. Well, another year, 2015, what will it bring and hold for us British manufacturing companies? As we enter the year, oil is at a 5-year low, and as it hopefully if it stabilises around 55, 60 pound a barrel, currently today as we go filming it's 47 a barrel. Hopefully the benefits filter through to us all. Also, being an election year, during the campaign, the virtues of manufacturing versus the financial services indeed will be a topic debated by the parties. They may end up verifying over which has the best strategy for boosting manufacturing. We will see what happens over the next few months as the parties campaign for office. I trust whoever wins, they will back us manufacturers, hopefully. Well, at the end of 2014, our team has completed improving our service levels at Cogent for our customers for 2015, for Fast Track, new product introduction and series production. Fast Track for those guys that need rapid prototyping for further development, new product introduction for complete production readiness, and series scheduled production runs with bolt-on of Kanban flexibility that we offer at Cogent Technology. All of these services are underpinned by our open book policy. If you would like to understand the details and benefits of using Cogent services, you can find the details on our website. You can catch us at the Southern Electronics Show in Farnborough this February on stand F73. Or thirdly, contact us directly to arrange a visit. We would only be too pleased to show you how you can benefit and boost your PCB assembly working with Cogent.
Thank you, Robert, for updating us on Cogent's new range of services. They'd definitely be beneficial to our clients. Please keep in mind, if you have any exciting projects coming up, our MPI or Fast Track may be for you. Right now, let's go over to Dan.
When submitting your RFQ, we will need to know project critical information such as expected timescales for delivery of initial prototypes, pre-production or production volumes, batch and annual quantities, and any specific regulatory or build standard requirements for your product. For example, 13485 traceability or IPC 610 classification. During the quotation process, we will be in contact with our approved list of franchised vendors to request material price, lead time and inventory information. In order to obtain supported component pricing from the manufacturers, our vendors may request additional information such as end customer name, project name and application. We understand that confidentiality is of paramount importance when it comes to protecting your intellectual property. At Cogent, we will not disclose any information to a third party without your express permission, and will be happy to sign a non-disclosure agreement to that effect. In addition to the aforementioned project information, we will require the design files against which we will base our quotation. Irrespective of which service or services best suit your specific project, we will, at a minimum, require the following information. An electronic version of the bill of materials, preferably in Excel format. For each electronic component, please provide a component description including such details as value, tolerance, voltage, power and package type, manufacturer and manufacturer part numbers, quantity per board or unit, and circuit references or IDs. If you have already selected your vendors for any bespoke items or have supported pricing in place, please state this clearly in your RFQ. For the PCBs, we will require Gerber data, PCB layout drawings in an electronic format and ASCII data for the pick and place lines. For mechanical assemblies, please provide a technical drawing for each component and, where available, assembly drawings for manufacture of your product. For more information regarding electronic formats which are compatible with our process, please refer to our manufacturing data requirements document, which is downloadable from our website. Alternatively, please do not hesitate to call a member of the engineering team on the number shown. When introducing a new product, we understand that there may be a number of iterations during the development cycle of your design. To ensure that we are quoting to the latest iteration, all files should be uniquely titled, dated and revision controlled. At Cogent, we are happy to quote at the earliest opportunity during the development phase so that we can provide you with beneficial cost-saving, design for manufacture feedback and critical component information such as price, availability and obsolescence. If you will be supplying parts as free issue, please state this in your RFQ. In order to quote accurately, we will need to know how these parts will be supplied, i.e. loose, in reels, tubes or on waffle trays. We ask that you supply an overage of 2% for each component to allow for attrition as part of the setting up process. PCBs should be supplied in a panelisation suitable for our process. Once again, details can be found in our manufacturing data requirements document. Upon submission of our proposal, you will be furnished with a fully documented quote. This will include a breakdown of any non-recurring expenditure such as PCB tooling, solder paste stencils, product-specific tooling and initial setup costs, along with a unit price broken down into material, handling, assembly and test costs. We will also advise you of your exposure to any liability as a result of any vendor-imposed minimum order quantities. If you would like to see how we structure our comprehensive quotations, please call me or a member of the sales team and we will forward an example for your review. Once you have reviewed our proposal, the team will be on hand to answer any queries that you may have and will welcome the opportunity to meet with you and discuss further in accordance with our open book policy. Many of our clients have already benefited from our open book policy, helping them to remove cost from their portfolio and therefore making them more competitive within their marketplace. If you have any questions about our quotation process, please do not hesitate to give me or a member of the sales team a call. We look forward to hearing from you shortly.
I think Dan has covered everything around our RFQ processes. However, if you would like to discuss any potential projects, you can contact our sales team on the number at the bottom of the screen. Now over to Mike for his next design tip.
Today for my design tip, I thought we'd have a little look at flexible circuits or flexible PCBs. So most people will probably be aware of flexible circuits in things like LCD displays for the interconnect tails, or sometimes they're also used as wire replacements in interconnections between PCBs. But there are many types of flexible circuits, starting with the simple single-sided ones which are used for interconnects. But also you can go to a hybrid flexible circuit where you actually incorporate the flexible circuit into the internal layers of a conventional PCB, giving us much more scope for being able to reduce the number of interconnects on that PCB, thus cutting costs and improving the potential for reliability through improved resilience to shock and vibration. So in terms of the flexible circuits then, in order for us to process them, we can fit our surface mount components directly to a flexible circuit, although in a lot of cases we tend to employ what's called a PCB stiffener, which is a small piece of rigid material adhered to the back of the flexible circuit. Or in the cases of the hybrid flexible circuits, we can simply assemble the components in a normal way. Hopefully given you a few examples of flexible circuits. In order for us to be able to utilise flexible circuits, there are a few things that we do have to employ. Because of the flexible nature of the PCBs, we will have to use carrier pallets in our processors in order to be able to hold the flexible circuits flat while we're fixing the components. But this is just a standard non-recurrent engineering cost which you'd only have to pay once. And also in some cases it's worth talking to us about the design for your flexible circuit, because in some cases with large flexible circuits things like stretching of the PCB needs to be taken into account and can give rise to problems with assembling the components on the PCB. Okay, thank you for listening, and hopefully we'll be back next time with another insight into things that may be useful to you, or even a design tip.
Mike will be back with a bite-sized design tip next month, so keep watching. I think that's it. Once again, thank you for joining us, and I'll see you again in episode 9.